This is the fiscal year 21 FAA Safety Team or FAASTeam representative recorded meeting. As always, the objective of conducting this semi-annual meeting is to promote representative interaction, communication, and to exchange ideas with FAASTeam representatives in the Georgia district. Our agenda is the standard yearly topics and are as follows. We'll talk about directory housekeeping with the designated courses that needs to be taken by all FAASTeam representatives. The SPAN system or Safety Program Airman Notification System. The Flight Standards District Office Activity Report. The National Program Plan. Wright Brothers Master Pilot and the Charles Taylor Master Mechanic Awards. Pilot deviations with remedial training. Representative activities, and other information as deemed necessary. We know that FAASTeam representatives are voluntary supporters of the FAASTeam. You play a vital role in accomplishment of the FAASTeam mission. You serve the aviation community by sharing your time, knowledge, and professional experience in order to create a positive safety culture. FAASTeam representatives are expected to assist in organizing and participating in FAASTeam events, initiate action to correct conditions that may be hazardous to persons or aircraft in flight or on the ground, and counsel airmen. Individuals from all segments of the aviation and business community are encouraged to participate and become members of the FAA safety team. FAASTeam representatives are required to have completed 2 online courses, ALC 270 Representative Training, Representative Manual, and ALC 297 Representative Training, IT Security. The FAASTeam representative appointment is for 1 year and based on need, activity, and completion of ALC 297 Representative Training, IT Security. If this course is completed, the appointment can be renewed for an additional 1-year period. More information, qualifications, and expectations are outlined in the FAASTeam representative manual. SPANS management, the safety program Airman's Notification System. The SPAN system was developed to help disseminate safety information to airmen on behalf of the FAA safety team and its team members. Safety programs, seminars, meetings, and events should be carefully planned and properly presented. As representatives, you are encouraged to schedule, organize, and conduct safety meetings, events, clinics, workshops, or panel discussions. SPANS is the primary source of publicity for FAASTeam activities. SPANS is how we people our events. The notification system sends out notifications to all airmen, certificated persons, or organizations that sign up to receive notifications. It is also how we FAASTeam program managers notify you of meetings we are hosting. Log into www.faasafety.gov and ensure your email address is the correct one and not bouncing these meetings and seminar notifications. A more detailed class on how to best utilize SPANS notification will be scheduled at a later date. Currently, the Atlanta FAASTeam is still located at the following address: the Atlanta Trade Port, Highwoods Building. The FAASTeam program is supported by Thomas Vittamore, who is the office manager of the Atlanta Flight Standards District Office, and Valerie Palazzolo of the FAA Safety Team National Management. The mission of the FAA Safety Team or FAASTeam is still the same: to lower the nation's aviation accident rate by conveying safety principles and practices through training, outreach, and education, while establishing partnerships and encouraging the continual growth of a positive safety culture within the aviation safety community. We will now cover the Flight Standards District Office Health Report or Activity Report for 2020. In October, we submitted the activity report for this year. If you have ever sat in any of our FAASTeam presentations earlier this year, the following slides will be familiar to you. We updated the data as it relates to aircraft accidents, aircraft incidents, and pilot deviations for this year. This report contains the statistics and charts that we submit to our management group for briefing so they can make risk-based decisions how to minimize and mitigate aircraft accident in the Georgia district, all the while utilizing the Georgia FAASTeam. If you are really into aircraft accident data analysis, you can also take a look at the Joseph Null report that is sponsored by the AOPA Aviation Institute. Also, you can find interesting forecasting data as it relates to activity and passenger loads in general aviation in the Georgia Statewide Aviation System Plan. That is a very complex and lengthy report that is done yearly. So if you are interested, I encourage you to take a look at those reports. The Flight Standards District Office Activity Report chart is pretty self-explanatory. Here we have the quarterly breakdown of aircraft accidents, incidents, and fatalities through first, second, third, and fourth quarters of 2020, along with serious injury, minor injury, and the number of passengers or souls of no injury. The red numbers along the bottom are the total for the year. Incidentally, this COVID-19 pandemic has not stopped general aviation accidents. On a historical note, Georgia normally averages 35 to 40 accidents yearly. And you see the numbers, 29 accidents for 2020, 19 incidents, 18 fatalities, 3 with serious injury, 8 with minor injury, and 30 souls, no injury. And in terms of fatalities, our rate is up by 50% from last year. Our accidents are down 25%. Incidents are down 21%. Here is a knowledge point. Aircraft accidents are defined as aviation mishaps where loss of life or substantial damage is done to the aircraft. The determination of substantial damage, however, is flexible, and the aviation safety inspector will make that determination during the investigation. This chart shows the aircraft accidents, incidents, and fatalities year over year from 2015. The takeaway here is in 2020, we had a reduction to 29 accidents, and we can attribute this to the reduced flying during the peak travel season. According to our submitted executive summary to our management staff, our report alluded to the projected reduction in aircraft accident numbers, considering the effects of the pandemic. We still had favorable weather predominant throughout the year, and the number of certificated airmen flying between the ages of 46 and 65. Incidentally, for the FAASTeam, this is pretty much our target audience. It is the area and age group where we see the most accidents. In case you are wondering why, this is the group which has the most disposable income for flying purposes. As the country gets a handle on the pandemic and states continue to open with people getting more comfortable with flying, we are expecting the accident numbers to rise. Let's look at aircraft type and pilot certificate in terms of accidents. This image shows the aircraft type. And as expected, aircraft single-engine reciprocal holds the majority. The chart also shows just about all aircraft types are represented in aircraft accidents and incidents in the state of Georgia. These aircraft mishaps are done with airmen holding all rating types, the private pilot being the majority. As you can see, aircraft accidents happen in everything that flies. Interesting enough, we are beginning to see UAS or unmanned aerial systems and small unmanned aerial systems issues presenting at a higher accident rate as more and more of these aircraft are encroaching upon the national aerospace system. On a side note, I know that aircraft accident discussions and presentations can be somewhat depressing, however, necessary to have. In this presentation, I do not go into details about each accident or any accident in particular. That discussion is needed on a local level. As FAASTeam representatives, given the opportunity, take time to discuss aircraft accidents. Many people learn by making mistakes and the mistakes of others. If you only talk about safe flying and safe operations, you will miss some great training opportunities. So take the time and let's talk about aircraft accidents. Primal causal factors. The primal causal factor assessments are lifted from the investigations by our team of aviation safety inspectors who perform accident investigations. At the top of the list, we see number one, pilot-induced errors. No surprise there, being the number one cause, followed by the loss of control. A couple of the mishaps, number one and two, are combined. And number three, loss of power. Interesting enough, we have zero weather related, and that's somewhat of an anomaly considering the national numbers. This is a chart of pilot deviations in the state of Georgia. Another knowledge point, restricted area R005, down by Fort Stewart, west of Savannah. That takes the top spot in airways pilot deviations. Flying a half a mile outside using iPads or tablets is simply not cutting it as far as ATC is concerned. If their radar data puts them in, they're going to get pinched. As you know, most deviations are automatically pinged. Our approach to fixing this has always been awareness and training. This is where the FAASTeam earns its money. Number two, in terms of pilot deviation, is PDK Airport. We have high levels of runway incursions and excursions in Peachtree DeKalb Airport and Columbus. That's excursions are hot button topics now, and we need to get the word out in these areas continually. This chart gives the approximate number of certificated airmen in Georgia. And as you look at the numbers, ATP rated, we're pushing close to 8,000. Commercially rated, close to 4,500. Private pilots, higher, closer to 8,000. And we have some students, sport, recreational, and other airmen. When you look at this on a national level, Georgia is number 4, California number 1, Texas number 2, Florida number 3. And those have been the top 3 forever. However, Georgia, we're there. On this slide, we are showing daily numbers of aircraft operations and flights pre-pandemic. As you can see, daily numbers have changed due to the pandemic situation. It is expected to return in the coming years quickly once the vaccine is distributed. And as noted on the bottom, reduced aircraft accidents, it's still not a bad year considering what we're all encountering. Let's look at the National Performance Plan. The FAA Safety Team, or the FAASTeam National Performance Plan, is one of the tools we use to accomplish national projects and performance goals and constitutes the FAASTeam Program Manager's Work Program. I will detail the expectations of this plan in a future video. As FAA Safety Team or FAASTeam representatives, we champion and promote the Wright Brothers Master Pilot Award. This award is the most prestigious award the FAA issues to pilots certificated under Title 14 of the Code of Federal Regulations. This award is named after Orville and Wilbur Wright, the Wright brothers, the first U.S. pilots. It is awarded to recognize individuals who have exhibited professionalism, skill, and aviation expertise for at least 50 years while piloting aircraft as master pilots. Also, the Charles Taylor Master Mechanic Award is named in honor of Mr. Charles Taylor, the first aviation mechanic in powered flight. The Charles Taylor Master Mechanic Award recognizes the lifetime accomplishments of senior mechanics. Charles Taylor served as the Wright brothers mechanic and is credited with designing and building the engine for the first successful aircraft. We ask the FAASTeam representatives to support and promote these prestigious awards for worthy recipients. So if you know anyone who qualifies for the Wright Brothers Master Pilot Award or the Charles Taylor Master Mechanic Awards, please encourage them to submit their information, and in the FAA, we would be honored to recognize them for their 50 plus years of safe aviation. The FAASTeam representatives can aid in support of airmen mishaps in pilot deviation through remedial training, and if necessary, the Runway Incursion Remedial Training Program. The goal of the remedial training program is to gain future compliance with FAA regulations through training, thereby enhancing safety in the national aerospace system. The FAA recognizes that some airman deviations arise from factors such as flawed procedures, simple mistakes, lack of understanding, or diminished skills. The FAA believes that deviations of this nature can most effectively be corrected through root cause analysis and training or education for airmen. If an airman is identified in a pilot deviation, and accepts remedial training in lieu of enforcement actions, we can offer the following options to remediate the violation. The agreement that the airman signs states that he will bear the cost of whatever training agreed upon. Listed above are the sources and options we can use to develop the curriculum from the training profile. Applicable online courses on www.faasafety.gov. Available online training from another respected source. Available local training from an FAA certified school or Part 147 maintenance school. Available local training from an FAA certified airman actively engaged in testing or training. And number 5, a FAASTeam representative that holds the appropriate certifications and qualifications. Any other appropriately rated individuals specifically qualified to provide the desired training. So if you want to be utilized as a remedial training counselor or instructor, send me an email and I will add your name to the list. Finally, representative activity, this is self-explanatory. It's important, per the manual, that you report or tell us what you're doing as a FAASTeam representative. Again, we are asking that FAASTeam representatives complete at minimum 2 activities a year for the FAASTeam. That lets us know you're actively engaged. So you may ask, what type of activities should I engage or should I report? 1, counseling. If you engage in counseling pilots or mechanics or aviation professionals, submit a report. You attend a safety event, something sponsored by an EAA chapter or an AMA chapter, a flight school or a maintenance school, submit a report. You may engage in public relations activities as it relates to the FAASTeam at airports or hangars, schools, or even air shows. Submit a report. Any form of aviation education, whether it be at a school, group, or clubs looking for instruction or guidance, and you do that as a FAASTeam representative, submit a report. Training, whether it be by invitation or because you are a part of a training group, or like a Rusty Pilots or something, just invited to do training, and you represent the FAASTeam, submit a report. And anytime, if you are invited to industry support groups or you assist or aid, submit a report. Also, during your daily activities, if you become aware of an aviation event that support FAASTeam initiatives, let us know. And even if you are unable yourself to participate, we have a 60-member team of volunteers at all different skill levels who look to participate, who've signed up with volunteer time, volunteer hours, that they want to actively participate. Just let us know. It is vitally important to send us a representative activity report so the effectiveness of the FAASTeam program can be determined. You will find the link on our website, FAASafety.gov, and where it says representative activity, you will find links where you can submit your reports online. Or Jim. If you have any additional questions, please reach out to me or James Jim Cheney. Our information is provided. And of course, that's the FAASTeam code. After reviewing this, send me an email, roger.williams@fa.gov, with that FAASTeam code, and you'll get credit for your representative training FY21. Your viewing presence here shows that you are a vital member of our Georgia general aviation safety community. The high standards you keep and the examples you set are a great credit to you and to general aviation and Georgia. Thank you for your time and your attention.